He loves me. And he also inspires me. Hey everyone, it's me, Miracle, #ThePrincess, and welcome to my radio show called Life with the Princess Radio, the voice of my generation. My show is about kids, and it's also for kids, and it's about giving God the glory. You can check me out on YouTube on Life with the Princess channel, on Instagram, and on Musical.ly at Life with the Princess. I want to start off with something I call Miracles Moment. If you are funny, then stay funny. If you are nice, then stay nice. Don't let a boy change you. Be yourself, and people will like you just the way you are. Miracle's word of today is resilient. Resilient, which means able to withstand or recover from difficult situations. When I broke my wrist years ago, I had to have surgery on and get a cast on my arm. I was scared, but God healed me. God makes us resilient. He heals us and gets us through tough times. My guest today knows what it means to be resilient. He's a psychologist who works with parents of black kids who receive special education or are labeled as disruptive. His name is Dr. Umar Johnson. Welcome to the show, Dr. Johnson.
Thank you, Princess. Glad to be with you.
Okay, so if you have a question, if you have a question if you have a question about education for Dr. Johnson, call Life with the Princess Show at 410-481-1010. It's 410-481-1010. So, Dr. Johnson, please explain what you do.
Yes, ma'am. I'm a school psychologist primarily, which means I evaluate children in school towards determining if they have learning disabilities and if they need special education in order to learn. So I am a tester. I give out IQ tests, reading tests, math tests, writing tests, emotional tests, adaptive tests, behavioral tests. I am a tester, and I use the information from those tests to determine whether or not children need special help.
So what's wrong with the education system?
The problem with the education system, Princess, is that it has been intentionally designed to produce failure for black children. The purpose of the public school system today is to prepare black boys for prison and black girls for poverty.
As an upcoming fourth grader in the voice of my generation, what can I do to make sure we get the best education?
I could answer that question in 3 words. Read, read, and read. And the reason I say that is because when you read, 4 things automatically happen without you trying. Number 1, you improve your knowledge of general facts and information. That's very important because as you go through life, you're going to be forced to take a lot of different tests. And a lot of those tests are going to have questions on them that are simply about the way things are in the world. And the only way you can improve your knowledge about the way things are in the world is to read. The second reason why you want to read is that it improves your working vocabulary knowledge. So working vocabulary relates to how well you can understand what you read in text. So if you have a strong working vocabulary, you're less likely to come across words that you don't understand. Number 3, by reading more, it improves your ability to communicate verbally when you're talking to people. And number 4, reading improves your ability to communicate with the written word. And those are 4 things that you're going to need to be able to do well to understand your world, to be able to use effective language and interpret effective language, as well as speak and write well.
I heard you want to open a school. What will be different about your school than the public school system?
Yes, ma'am. The Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy is going to be based on the principles of Pan-Africanism and international economics. So what's going to make FDMG different is that all of the children will be given an education that emphasizes financial empowerment. so they will know how to do their own taxes before they graduate. They will understand the real estate market before they graduate. They will be publicly trading stock before they graduate, and they will also have a written business plan before they graduate. FDMG is designed to prepare our young men and later our young women in the art of being successful without a college education. We're not against college, but at the same time, we recognize that higher education has put millions of African Americans into long-term debt without even promising them a job upon completion.
What will your school do instead of suspensions for bad behavior?
We're not going to have any out-of-school suspension program, and the reason why I don't want an out-of-school suspension program is that 2/3 of African-American children are being raised by single-parent black mothers. So what good does it serve to send a child home to a mother who's already struggling enough to raise 2, 3, 4, 5 children alone, working 2 and 3 jobs? That mother needs as much time alone so that she can cope and relax and prepare for her children when they come home after school. The last thing a school should be doing is burdening African-American mothers by sending the children home when she really doesn't have the resources to deal with them. So what we're going to do is we're going to have an in-school suspension program where we teach the young men discipline and the ability to control their behavior so that they're less likely to have to be suspended at all.
How do you think your school will help the communities where the students live?
I believe that if you want to build a strong community, you got to have a strong school. And on the flip side, I believe that if you want to build a weak community, all you have to do is inject weak schools. I would argue one of the reasons why we have black ghettos in America to begin with is because so many weak schools have been created on purpose by the United States government for our young people. So by building strong schools, you will have strong men, strong women, strong institutions, strong community, and most of all, a strong organizational culture.
I need to tell you this right now. Make sure God's first. Love God, serve God, and walk with God. Be in His light and love Him. Okay. God.